Hello everybody, my name is Grace Michelle Mbayah. I'm an actress, writer, producer, and I'm this week's guest for Snappy 7 with Hillary.
All right. I'll welcome in Swahili. Karibu.
Asante sana.
All right.
I feel like I've dug myself a hole now.
All right, don't worry, don't worry. It's called Snappy 7. All right, so you're the first guest this year, 2018.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Santini, Santini.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy New Year.
All right, in a few words, who's Michelle?
Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle is a creative. She's very artistic. She is figuring out herself and her space, figuring out herself in her space. And, but she's an actress, she's a writer, she's a producer. Michelle likes nice things. And yeah, that's me.
All right, you're an actress.
Yes.
Take us through your journey. Where did you start? And where are you right now?
I started in high school. So it started out in class. Drama class was just the class that felt right. I felt celebrated. And you know that saying, go away, you're celebrated. And then the moment I realized I could make a career out of it, I started actively, you know, making decisions in alignment with acting, theater, film, TV.
Yeah.
Then I went to college, studied theater there as well, and graduated with honors in January of last year. So it's been a year now.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, school, where did you go to?
The New York Film Academy. Here in Kenya, I went to Brookhouse. But oddly enough, I actually didn't do theater for my 2 years of school here because I decided, oh, you know, let me just do the subjects that my parents want me to do, the physics, the math, the business. And then I don't even know why, but I put that all aside after I finished high school and I said, I can't do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So what made you change your mind so that you can focus on acting?
Honestly, it was failing. It was failing. I was very unhappy in like business class or physics class, math class. I would sit there and float. And then after math, like after our tests, I would go to the art room and paint. Because I needed a creative outlet and I didn't have theater at the time. So I told my parents, I said, really, truly, it's my life, and ultimately I want to do what I want to do with it, and I appreciate that you want me to succeed, but also let me choose the space in which I want to succeed.
You're based in California?
Yes, I am.
What have you done, or that Kenyans can watch, and where can they watch them?
A lot of it I did like towards the end of last year, so it's probably airing when shows start up again at the beginning of this year. But I was on like a show called 9JKL, which is, I don't know if it's on
comedy.
It's a comedy. It's on CBS. But I don't know. It's season 1. It's a new show.
Yeah.
And then I was on Dear White People. That's coming out as well. Should be coming out soon. And General Hospital. I've worked with them, and those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head.
The ones you can remember.
Yeah.
And you did a few short films, which you wrote, some of them directed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a short film. I actually got that from working on General Hospital. And then they were like, oh my gosh, the casting director was like, oh my gosh, we're doing a short film. One of our producers is doing a short film. And I was doing the casting for it, and I think you'd be perfect for it. So then I got the short film that way. And then the film that I wrote was actually my thesis project, and it's just sort of, I've been flying on its wings for like a year now. Yeah.
So which one would you prefer? Film, TV, directing, casting, writing?
Right now, acting. Acting and writing.
So you're throwing everything to acting?
Yes.
Anything Kenyan which you're going to do for us?
There's a film I've written that I want to shoot in Kenya, but I'm still working with like production companies, and we're still working out some details. Yeah.
Any words of Swahili or Kikuyu?
You'll come for me. I'll put some words in Swahili for
some words, all right.
In Kikuyu. You know, it was even, my film was about, you know, a Kenyan who lives abroad and then is marrying an American. So her dad is Kenyan. So I had the hardest time casting abroad, and I was like, hey, I don't even know if I'll have to sacrifice, you know, an accent or something. So we'll see, but I can put a line. I'll put a line and I'll just put, this is for you, Hillary.
All right, you did sheep, goats, and cows.
Yes.
What is that? Why sheep, goats, and cows?
It's a, honestly, I was gonna call it, the title was a funny story, so I was gonna call it Dowry, and then my friends are like, that's very obvious, don't do it. So I was like, okay, goat. Mine was gonna be just goats. Which is
British
also
of all time.
yeah, but sheep, goats, and cows. I feel like it's just a catchy, something catchy, and it makes you wonder what the film is about, and you feel like you know what the film is about, but then you don't. So, yeah.
What's the difference between you doing stage and behind, being up front of the camera?
It's a different animal. It really, truly is. There's a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more behind the camera or in front of the camera.
In front of the camera.
On stage, you're bigger. You have to be louder. Your actions have to be bigger. You have to reach the furthest room, the furthest person in the room, and whereas television, you have mics on. You know, you can be very subtle with it, and also there's not much that's happening. You know. Well, not that there's not much happening. It's just you can keep it enclosed and very like small. But in theater, you can't do that at all. But a musical is just a different. There's theater and then there's the musicals. So a musical was very challenging. We had rehearsals in every day, after school, after class. Singing was it was hard. Singing lessons, and you go through songs and you rehearse choreography. It's like dancing, acting, singing. It's a lot. But it was a very rewarding process.
Cool. You did TED Talks? What are you talking about?
I was talking about failure. Because they said the theme of the last year, oh wow, yeah, 2018, it was 2017. The theme was shaping the future. So I sat down, I thought about what shaped my future, and it was honestly when I failed. So I was like, if it wasn't for that and moving through that and past that, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am now.
Yeah. There's something about that talk you said, that failure is the biggest blessing in disguise. Why? And why do you believe that?
Because had it not been for failure, I don't think I would have had the courage to stand up for what I wanted to do. And I don't think that my parents would have also believed me and said, okay, you know, if I had passed and done business and gone and done like BCom in uni, and my parents saw that that was something that I enjoyed and it was a fruitful career, why would they let me be an actor? You know?
That is great. Who do you look up to in Hollywood? And who do you want to be cast along?
Cast along? Viola Davis.
Why her? The hair?
No, I feel like she's such a strong woman. And I feel like, you know, when you act alongside someone who's just, you look up to, I feel like you get better. So I would just want to work with her and learn from her. Her and Meryl Streep, Kerry Washington, just strong women and women that are versatile and I feel like can do anything. And also women that I've been watching for such a long time.
All right, and male character?
Male, Denzel Washington, Idris Elba, Chris Hemsworth.
Okay. You have to mix it.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. You gotta ask them, tell you, there's variety.
And dating? Are you dating?
I date, but I'm single.
You date, but you're single.
If that makes sense. So like, I'm single, but like I like
you
to
do
date. Yeah.
Oh, you hear? Timafisi. She's single, but she dates.
That's not Timafisi at all.
Timafisi are cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What can you expect from Michelle this coming year, 2018?
This year, I'm focusing a lot more on my acting. So hopefully you'll see me more on TV and film that you know that are box office hits or released on Netflix or Hulu or any network. I'm also trying to produce this short film that I want to shoot here. I don't know if we'll get into production this year, but I hope that we'll be further along and maybe next year we can shoot it.
All right.
Yeah.
And what's your take on Kenyan film? What do you think about it?
Honestly, I think it's come so far from, because I mean I left the country when I was like 7 to go to, like, we moved around a lot with my dad, and since then I feel like every time I come back there's always new technology, new shows. I feel like it's just grown. Yeah, but I think there's still potential and there's more room for growth. If
they cast you as an African and a Kenyan, and will you be able to give all that generic?
The generic African? No, but I can switch accents.
Yeah, I want the Kikuyu in you.
The Kikuyu accent? That's a very specific.
Yeah.
Okay, to do a Kikuyu accent. Okay.
You already started, guy.
Mm? But I have to speak the language kidogo, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just asking those questions.
She can speak Kikuyu.
A little. I can speak a little.
Swahili, a little?
Swahili is very, you know the Summer Bunny Swahili? The one, the broken Swahili with mix it with English. Yeah. Shamefully, that's
your Swahili.
That's my Swahili. But as long as you understand what I'm saying, you get the gist. I feel like everyone looks at me and they're like, it's okay, we understand.
All right. Tell our viewers in the Swahili Summer Bunny, thank you, asante sana kwa kukuja hapa.
Asante sana kwa kukuja hapa. Just cut that
out. Repeat after me. You say something different.
Asanteni. Kukuja hapa. Nimefurahi.
Can you get a teacher to teach you Swahili?
If you can find a teacher in California, I'll take classes.
There are very many.
But honestly, it gets better the longer I stay here. If I stayed here for a year, I'd get back into it. For sure.
All right.
I don't think it's fully gone.
Hopefully when you're shooting your new movie.
Hopefully it will come back.
Because you'll be surrounded by Kenyans. Yeah, it will come back here. All right, Michelle.
Yes.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
All the best in 2018.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Asante sana.
Asante.